Yesterday we have seen installation part. So once installation is done, click on power on this virtual machine. Power on this virtual machine. Press Control Alt Enter. Control Alt Enter for full screen. Control Alt Enter for full screen.
ప్రమోషన్ అని మొన్న కరెక్ట్ అయింది కదా అది 3 డేస్ వర్క్ మీద బయట వెళ్ళారు ఇప్పుడు దాంట్లో వస్తాను లైసెన్స్ ఫ్రెష్ గా చేయాలి
సిఎన్ఈ లింక్ పంపండి
సిఎన్ఈ లింక్ ఇలా ఓకే
So at the login prompt, always log in as a root user. Root is the administrator login name and the password. What are the password you are typing? The password, it won't be visible. Don't think the keyboard is not working. The password won't be visible. So what are the password you are typing? The password, it won't be visible to the user. Username, root, and password. So you got the hash prompt. What are the types of accounts or types of users? What are the types of users in Windows and Linux or Unix? There are two types of accounts. Windows we called as a administrator account. The other one is normal user account. There are two types of accounts, administrator and normal user. Administrator and normal user. What is the difference between administrator and normal user? What is the difference between administrator and normal user? Only administrator can shut down the server, can create the users, can configure network, can install the software, can take the backup, who can control entire server. That is called administrator. A normal user cannot. If you log in as ATM user with ATM card, you are the normal user. You just draw the amount, check the balance amount, change the PIN number. Other than that, you can't do anything because you are the normal user. If you log into gmail.com, yahoo.com, you are the normal user. Your job is only to check the mails, send and receive the mails. Other than that, you can't do anything. So administrators, one server will have only one administrator. One server will be having only one administrator. But Normal users can be any number, no limit. Similarly, in Unix, we have two types of accounts. One is called root account. Root we also call super user. Root user we also call super user. We also call administrator. Super user or administrator and normal user. There are two types of users in Unix and Linux, super user and normal user. What is the difference between super user, root user and normal user? What's the difference? Whenever you log as a root user, you'll see the prompt as a hash prompt. Prompt as a hash prompt. Hash indicates you are the super user. You are the super user or root user or administrator. If you logged as a normal user, you'll see dollar prompt. Dollar indicates you are the programmer. You are the programmer, normal user or end user. That is different between hash and dollar. So here I logged as a root user. That's why I got the hash prompt. I got the hash prompt. You want to check that the current logged in user, you can type who am I. What is who am I? Who am I to know the current logged in user. Who am I to see the current logged in user. We can run from the hash prompt or we can run from the dollar prompt. Now, so once you install the operating system, reboot the system, log in as a root user. But never ever practice Linux on directly on the virtual machine. Don't practice directly on the virtual machine. This is not the real time. In the real time, we always log in through PuTTY third-party software. You have to install this PuTTY tool from Windows. It's a freeware. Download this PuTTY for Windows. Download it's free of cost. So we have to give the IP address of the Linux server. Give the IP address of Linux server. How to check the IP address? Type IP space A. IP space A to see the IP address of your network card. To see the IP address of network card, type IP space A. This is to see the IP address. ENS33. ENS33, name of the interface card. Interface card or network card. Interface or network card. It is not showing the IP address. So right now there is no IP address assigned to the network card. So how to assign the IP address for network card? Run the command if up ENS33. Run the command if up ENS33 to configure or to enable the IP address for network card. To enable the IP for network card. Run the command if of name of the network card, ENS33. ENS33 is the name of the network card. Now you type IP space E. Now what's the IP address you got? 192.168.72.229. This is the IP address of network card, not /24. It is not the IP address. IP address is 192.168.72.229. Now you got the IP address. Once I know the IP address of any system, maybe LAN or a WAN, I can log into the system with that IP address by using PuTTY third-party software. So what's the IP address? 192.168.72.229. Type the IP address of the server, click on open, accept, asking for login prompt. So don't log in as a normal user, log in as a root with the password, type the password. You got the hash prompt. You want to increase the font, go to change settings, appearance, click on appearance, click on change. What are the font size you want? Apply. So this is the real time. What is real time? We don't know where that Linux server is. I have only IP address and credentials, login name and password. So do not practice directly on virtual machine. You can also practice here. You don't require any PuTTY third-party software. We can also practice here. Doesn't matter. But this is not the real time. So while practicing, feel that you are working the real time. So how do you feel? Only when you log in from PuTTY tool. It is one and the same. Please mute all of you. Okay. Yesterday, while installation of operating system, I created one normal user. During installation, we create some normal user. Root user password and normal user. What that user? This is the username. I can log with normal user also. Open the another session, new session, or duplicate session. Login with normal user. Password. What prompt we got? $prompt. Why $prompt? It logged as a normal user. Other than root, all are normal user. You want to check it? We are my. That is different between hash prompt and $prompt. Now, this is the first thing you have to understand how to log in as a user after installation. Next, Unix operating system is Windows operating system is not a case sensitive. Windows operating system not a case sensitive. What's the meaning of not a case sensitive? We can use uppercase, we can use lowercase. For example, if you go to command prompt, Windows command prompt, you want to see the files and folders, type dir. All the letters are uppercase. Type dir. all the letters are lowercase. Type upper and lowercase combination. This is called as a not a case sensitive. We can use upper or lowercase. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But Unix or Linux operating system is always case sensitive. Means what? All the commands should be lowercase. Cannot be uppercase. It cannot be uppercase. Now see, clear. All the letters are lowercase. If I type uppercase, command not found. Command not found. Ls, list the files, lowercase, uppercase, not found. So all the commands should be lowercase. Who am I? So make sure that while running the commands in Unix or Linux, make sure that all the commands, all the letters should be lowercase. That is called case sensitive. So before we start the commands on Linux, you need to understand what are the types of accounts and what is this case sensitive. Now, in Windows, we have a file. There is a file, folder, and device. In Microsoft, we have file, folder, and device. What is the difference between the file, folder, and device? Anyone? What's the difference between file, folder, and device? What is a file? File contains data. File contains data. What folder contains subfolders and files? Folder contains subfolders and files. Device, which are called devices, keyboard, mouse, monitor, hard disk, all the hardware components, we call as a devices. This is in Microsoft. Whereas when you come into the Unix or Linux, a file is a file, a folder also a file, a device also a file. This is the one of the good feature. Unix, everything treated as a file. No folder concept, no device concept. A folder also a file, device also a file, keyboard is a file, mouse, hard disk, monitor, everything is a file. That is different between Windows and Unix. If everything is a file, then what are the types of files available? The types of files in Unix. There is no difference between Unix and Linux. We discussed earlier in the demo class. So types of files in Unix or Linux. So one is a regular file. Regular files we also call ordinary files. We also call ASCII text files. Regular files or ordinary files are ASCII text files. What is this regular file, ordinary file, if it is Windows? Which are called regular files in Windows? In Windows, the regular files we call as a notepad. Notepad, WordPad, these are called regular files, ASCII text files. Next, directory file. Windows we call as a folder. Windows we call as a folder. Unix we call as a directory file. Device files. Types of device files. One is block special file. The other one is character special file. There are two types of device files, block special files and character special files, which are comes under block special file. Block special files are storage devices. All storage devices comes under block special files. The storage devices comes under block special file. Which are comes under storage devices? An example, hard disk, DVD, pen drive, USB drive, floppy drive, tape drive, all this comes under block special file because these are called storage devices. Character special file, those are input and output devices. All input and output devices comes under character special files. Input and output devices comes under character special files, which are input and output devices. Keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, scanner, all this comes under character special files. In Microsoft, we don't have this only device files because every hardware component is a device. Next, linked files. Linked files. Types of linked files. Types of linked files. We have soft link and hard link. Linked files are two types, soft link and hard link. What is this linked file in Windows? Windows we call as a shortcut. Windows we call as a shortcut. Whenever you install any third-party software, like yesterday we installed the VMware workstation. What is VMware workstation? It's a third party. Google Chrome is a third party. You see the shortcut. All these are shortcut. Even VMware workstation also shortcut. So this shortcut Unix we called as a linked file. Shortcut we call as a linked file. Next. Empty files. Windows we can create empty files. Empty WordPad file, Notepad file, We can create empty files Windows. Similarly, we can create empty files in Linux. Binary executable file. In Windows, all these applications are binary executable. All these are binary executable. Similarly, Unix, all the commands are binary executable. Hidden files. Windows, we can create a hidden folder. Windows, we can create hidden folder. We can create hidden files. Similarly, Unix also we can create hidden files. Socket files. Socket files deal with the system hardware. Socket files deal with the system hardware. We call it the socket programming. You know that embedded systems. What is embedded systems? They're going to write the device drivers for the hardware. These are called socket files, which deal with the hardware. We can't able to access the socket files. It is only for the kernel. tar files, CPIO files, zip files. tar file, CPIO file, zip file, these are called backup files. All these are backup files. Like, for example, what type of file, zip file. What type of file, RPM file. So like that, we have a tar files, zip files, RPM, the zip file. So going forward, Linux basics, we are going to discuss all these types of files, how to create, how to access. That is called Linux fundamentals. What is the meaning of Linux fundamentals? We'll discuss about all these types of files, how to create, how to access. So Linux basics is the prerequisite. Once you complete the Linux fundamentals, Linux basics, you're eligible for any technology. Like you can learn Python, you can learn Java, you can .NET is Windows, and you can learn AWS, you can learn Azure, you can learn DevOps, you can learn SQL, PLSQL. For all this, the prerequisite is even testing tools. For all this, the prerequisite is Linux fundamentals. But we are learning Linux basis not for the Python, not for the Java. We are learning for what? For Linux administration. Okay. So we are going to start from the scratch. We'll discuss all the commands one by one before we start Linux administration. You want to take the snap? You can take the snap. What are the commands we are going to discuss in Linux? ls list the files, ls list the files and directories. pwd stands present working directory, present or print working directory. cd for change directory, cd for change directory. mkdir to make directory. rmdir to remove directory. Or cat to create the file, to create the files, and to view the content in the file, to view the content in the file. va touch to create empty files, touch command to create empty files. va or vim to edit the file, edit or modify files, and also to create the files. cp to copy the files, mv to move the files from one place to another, chmod to change file or directory permissions, to change the file or directory permissions. chgrp to change the group permissions. chown to change ownership permission. umask to see the current umask value and to change the umask value. wc word count, wc word count, pipe to concatenate two or more commands. grep to search the pattern or string or word in the file. more or less to see the file line by line. Tail to see the last 10 lines in the file. Head to see the top 10 lines in the file. ln to create soft link and hard link. These are the commands we are going to cover in Linux fundamentals. So this is for quick reference. What is UMass value? What is CH1? What is CHGRP? Every command has a options. We'll discuss in detail what's the command and what are the options.
Sir, will you send the notes for those commands, or should we take a picture of it? The ones which you just wrote down.
See, I have a soft copy. I'll forward this soft copy. Once you registered, everyone will get this soft copy. Here,
I'll register by today evening. Okay. Sir.
okay. So
you get it on Monday, all the files?
Yeah, if you registered, yeah, by tomorrow you'll get all the soft copies. So everything is there, the command with output also. If you execute the command, you'll see the output. So all the soft copies will be there. So I'm going to send these soft copies for registered people, registered guys.
Okay.
And we can take the snap for today.
Okay.
For learners basics, learners administration, I'll send the soft copies. Everything will be there. And also send the interview point of view questions. If you are trying for job on Linux platform, I have nearly more than 100 questions. I'll send you that question. You can go through that. Any questions, guys? So this is that today's session. Next class will be on Monday. The link is going to be changed for the DURGASOFT students. So only for those guys who paid the amount, for those guys will send the new link from Monday.
Sir, and Saturday, Sunday is a holiday.
Yes, Saturday, Sunday, holidays.
Okay.
Demo class over, sir.
I'm sorry?
Demo class is over.
Demo class. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Demo class only, sir.
Demo class, demo class ante
Demo class ಇವತ್ತು
మీకు ఏం కావాలి? లర్నర్స్ కావాలా, డెవలప్స్ కావాలా, AWS కావాలా?
ఫ్రమ్ మండే నుంచి క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందా?
మండే ఆన్వర్డ్స్.
ఓకే సార్.
హలో.
యా.
సార్ మీరు విండోస్ అప్లికేషన్ చూపిస్తున్నారు కదా, నాది పర్సనల్ ల్యాప్టాప్, నాది మ్యాక్. ఒకవేళ నేను
Mac OS is the Linux flavor. You can directly practice on Mac OS. We don't need to install Linux again.
మళ్ళీ థర్డ్ పార్టీ సాఫ్ట్వేర్
ఏం అవసరం లేదు, మీకు Mac OS లో ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకో.
అంటే మీరు చెప్పేటప్పుడు ఒకవేళ నాకు మ్యాథ్ లో ఎలా చేస్తారో ఒకసారి చెప్పగలుగుతారా? అంటే మాకు మ్యాథ్స్ ఓఎస్ ఉన్నవాళ్ళు.
నేను చెప్తాను. చెప్తాను. Okay guys, so see you on Monday, same time.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I think we have a DevOps session also, right, sir? Yes. No?
Yeah, DevOps, I'm going to start from Monday onwards, 12 o'clock.
Okay. So today this is the last. Okay. Okay, so then see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Happy weekend.
Yeah, happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye. Okay guys, see you on Monday, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. Same
Thank
to
you.
you.